What's up, pretty gang? It's your favorite nail tech Peaches back with another video, and today I'm taking you guys through a day with me. Yesterday I recorded these looks during work, okay, and I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and put them all together in a video. It actually ended up working out pretty well. I actually got done with these looks fairly quickly, so I'm gonna actually tell you how long it took me to do each part of this services, as well as how much it costs, because I feel like a lot of you guys are interested in my pricing and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into that as well. So first off, Katera Duncombe is our subscriber for today. You guys make sure you guys subscribe, turn your notifications on, because you don't want to miss out nothing I got coming. All right, it's holiday season, so we're hoping we're gonna have some really nice looks coming up in the next couple months. Actually, it's damn near the end of the year, so you know we want to go out and do all that. Okay, so basically these couple of sets, as well as the toes, these are done between 2 clients. I did have 3 clients yesterday, but the first one was a repair, and it was actually really quick because she glued the nail back together herself, and it was like a perfectly clean break. So I just threw some acrylic on top, because if she would have brought me the nail, that's how I would have fixed it anyways. She also does have an appointment in like literally a couple of days, so she just did not want to be without a broken nail, and she also did not want to cancel. So she paid a $3 deposit because I require only $3 for repairs, and because I didn't really do nothing, I didn't require her to pay anything the day of. So this particular client right here, she is a regular of mine. Although she does not come like consistently every month, I would call her like semi-regular, because she doesn't get her nails that often, but when she does, she comes to me. Okay, so excuse me, she came in, she said that she wanted a French tip. So I was like, okay, girl, cool. We ended up going for a very short length because she's starting a new job on Wednesday. So congratulations for her. She okay, you want to know something, y'all? Both of these 2 clients in this video, they're both like some of my younger clients, as in like, you know, they just recently graduated high school, like, you know, 18, 19 years old type situation. So I was catching up with them, and it was really nice to see that they were both doing better than the last time that I had seen them. So I was really proud of both of them. Both of them had gotten new jobs and things like that. This particular client, she just got a new apartment, a new car, like, so they both on the up and up. So I was very proud of them for that. So as you can see, we're just deciding the length, and when you're doing like a shorter length, I always cut a little bit longer than maybe they would want, because people don't realize that filing is going to make them shorter. But in her case, I cut them to a shortness I would know she'd be comfortable with, and then I basically told her, do you think this would be short enough with filing, or you want to go shorter? And she was like, let's go a little bit shorter, because she is going to be doing a lot of typing and things like that, so we wanted to make sure that's not going to get in the way. Okay, so for this video, I'm not showing every single little tiny part of the process. Things are going to be fast forwarded, some things are not going to be all the way shown, but I did show a decent amount of each set, so that way you guys could just kind of see how I work and, you know, go by my day. So her appointment time was 12:50, and because of what I knew she was gonna get, I text my next client, like if she can come earlier, because she was supposed to come at like 4:10, and she was able to get there at 3:50. So it was kind of nice being able to finish up early. So I asked her basically, do you want like a natural pink base, or do you want a nude base? And so she decided to go with this pink called, I think it's called Sweet Spot. I just didn't pay attention right now, but you guys saw the name of it. And it's just a really pretty clear pink with like gold sparkle to it. I know it's kind of hard to see the gold sparkle in the videos that I took, because it is like very subtle, but like the brightness kind of does not allow for it to pick up that like shimmer or sparkle, I should say, because it's actual glitter, not just a shimmer. But it was really pretty. You guys know I love clear pink for French. So as I'm pretty much doing this, because you guys, I'm sorry, I'm really tired. So obviously this is fast forwarded, but I believe this took probably like 7 minutes per hand, like between 5 to 7 minutes per hand for application. And so that's what also made it really quick. But do pay attention to like how you are doing your application on shorter nails and nails this length, because it can be really easy for them to get very thick, and honestly you don't want that at all. Okay, because I see that's kind of like a problem with a lot of people. Like when they do short nails, that's probably like the most common problem, is that the nails are extremely thick or fat, like wide. So you just want to make sure you take your time, and over time, after practicing on these type of lengths, you will get better, you will get quicker, and you will be able to kind of just knock sets like these out. So when I show the final result of the set, I will show you like what the price was and how long it took, because I don't want to lie to y'all right now and tell y'all exactly how long it took. But shit. Yeah. And then also, I noticed a lot of people still take quite some time with their French tips, and I would say do the method that best works for you, and like don't worry about the method that the client necessarily wants you to use. And the only reason I say that is because that contributes a lot of why maybe like things are taking a little bit slower. I think a lot of times like nail techs are too worried about the method the client wants you to use, but in reality, like they're just seeing shit online. You know what I'm saying? Like if your French tip looks good, whether it's acrylic, whether it's gel and paint, you know, whatever, then they should have no problems either or. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I used to ask people, like when I was first doing French and kind of got good with gel and with the acrylic way, I used to ask like, oh, do you want it painted or not? Because, and I would tell them like, oh, if you get it painted, it'll be easier when you get a fill. Like you can just file off the design and put a new design. Or acrylic, this and the other. And I realized, you know what, I don't always want to do it one way or the other. Or sometimes one way is more beneficial than the other, you know? So I would just say, like, depending on the length or the shape or the style, kind of take into account how do you want to do it and what will be quicker for you. Because the last thing you want is to be sweating, doing a French, your anxiety is kicked up, because French tips ain't no joke. Like, yeah, once you get good, it's easy, but still, if you're still learning, it could be very difficult. Okay. So, pretty much we're just continuing the application on this hand. And I did not show any shaping or filing for this particular, or maybe did I? Actually, I think I did. I'm sorry, guys. I really can't remember. You guys know I do not know what my video looks like until I do the voiceover and watch it back. So we're going to see if I showed any shaping or filing. And then after that, we're going to jump right into the French tip. Okay. So, really quickly, I want y'all to know I do plan on doing some Halloween looks. Hopefully, we're going to get some like sooner than actual Halloween. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But I will still be trying to like do all the content that I can for October, because that was a goal of mine. I wanted to increase how much content that I was doing. So you guys are going to have to like bear with me, because at this point, I'm going to have to like get what I can take, if you know what I mean. Like I'm not like super duper duper booked this week or anything like that. So the content that I may be posting is not going to be all Halloween related. So I apologize for that, because that is something that I really wanted to do. But at the moment, we just don't have a lot of Halloween sets booked right now. So still make sure you guys are, you know, on the lookout for any content that I post. And we might keep it on the more educational side or something. But we're going to see, because like I said, that's something that is a goal of mine. So we're going to try and stick with that if we can. And you guys will be knowing when I do. Oh, child, I'm sorry. A client just texted me. That's just... Anyways. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, anyways. So here we go. So I can see in the next clip, and we are going to go straight into some shaping and filing. And when it comes to short nails, because both of these sets are short, which is kind of funny, because I don't even want to say I didn't expect that, because they're both booked for like short to medium short, but they're like around like similar lengths, and I did not know exactly what sets that they were gonna do, so kind of worked out. Now we got a whole video of like super short sets, which I haven't. No, I lied. I feel like I have been doing these. But okay, so for when you're shaping like shorter lengths like this, you see how like I'm really trying to like grab the skin around. I don't want to cut them, but I also want to make sure I get all up in there. Now I will say the application on this first client is the application I did on this first client was, I don't want to say it's not as like smooth as the next client, but I feel like it was just like a little bit thicker in a way, like the sidewalls. So that was something I kind of had to like work out, because I didn't want them to just look, I didn't want to say like thick, but like this, I don't know how to explain it. you'll see when I do application on the next one. But when I was like shaping and stuff, it did take me a little bit longer with the shape, just because these ones are a lot shorter, so I really wanted to make sure they was all the same length. You see what I mean? Because with short nails, you can absolutely tell when one is longer than the other. But yeah, by the sidewalls, I mean, like, see how I'm filing like the sides like that, and I'm trying to, like, in the cuticle area, basically I'm trying to lessen the appearance right here of it looking like, when you turn to the side, like, okay, yeah, you shaped that. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to you guys, but you basically want to buff. Y'all, I don't even know how to explain it to y'all. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Like, when I do that, it's basically just like a line of demarcation when you file, and it might look like really thick on the sides, and it's like you can tell that a file has been used there. I'm basically trying to erase that look, because when I do French, it's gonna make it really hard to get a really nice proper like lines on the side when I go up into the sidewall area. I'm sorry, that was really hard to explain, because it's like I can't even show you because it's like sped up, but that's basically what that, see that right there? Yeah, that's what that's used for, to get rid of the line of demarcation where I was shaping at. Okay, so I didn't show it, but what? I didn't show it, but you always want to make sure you buff the nails as well. I know some people don't care about buffing, some people do. I always buff, because it also helps get rid of like pieces of the tip underneath. I know I use curved tips, so that might not be a thing with straight tips. I'm not really sure, but that's really why I like to always buff. And then of course top coat, because I only work on top coated nails. And you guys, this gel elixir polish, y'all already know. If y'all watched my last video, y'all, honestly, the way this polish hits, I'm thinking about honestly, like, seriously switching out all my polish to just the gel elixir brand. Now, it does take 2 minutes to cure, but if you can honestly kind of get over that, and you can just work a little faster with some stuff, so that way that those 2 minutes upon 2 minutes do not like push you back in time, I honestly recommend it, because look at it with just one coat. It's very smooth. I really like the consistency. And so I went ahead, I had more than enough time to like do what I need to do, because I ended up still having an hour between clients after this. But basically, normally when I do French, I would just like, you know, maybe do 2, put it in the lamp for a couple seconds so I don't mess up. This time I just went ahead, like, let's do all 5. Sometimes I do that because like I can just keep going, boom boom boom. But other times, like, I did end up smearing the pinky like once or twice, so that's really why I do cure it a little bit. But because this cures for 2 minutes, I just want to get done so I can do the 2 minutes. But if you do like to do like, hey, every 2 nails I'm gonna do 10 seconds, it will help like cure it faster. But at the end, whatever's the last finger, you're still gonna have to do 2 minutes no matter what, you see. So like I said, if you can be patient through those 2 minutes, y'all, it is so totally worth it. Like I said, I'm really seriously thinking about switching to gel elixir, but I do still really like the Nail Reserve LA polishes, except just not for like polishing, like real polishing, like for pedicures and stuff. I like those more so for nail art, just because of the consistency and the brush. I feel like that brush on the Nail Reserve is kind of, it's a little bit, it holds like a good amount of polish, and I just personally, I don't like using those brushes straight to like nails, if that makes sense. So for gel elixir, I would use it both for nail art as well as for just regular old polish. So, but they are a little bit expensive, because they are I would say like $9 each, which it depends on how you were getting your polishes before. Like, technically it's not that expensive, but it is expensive when you're gonna buy like 30 polishes, if that makes sense. But it does come with the regular version as well as the gel version, so that's nice. And yeah, it's definitely more expensive than like the brands like D&D or Perfect Match, which honestly I absolutely cannot stand either one of those brands. I feel like they don't cure well, and I feel like the color payoff is just not there. But currently I'm using the Beatles brand from Amazon as like regular polish, and I do like it, but the jars are small, but it's just convenient that you can get like 20 polishes for $30, you know what I'm saying? But it's just not cutting no more. All those is pretty empty, so yeah. So after I do this, I basically top coat, I'm gonna reshape, and of course here is the final look. Okay, so the total time was 1 hour and 50 minutes. So she paid $80 because she did pay a $10 deposit, and I still got tipped $40. So that makes a total of $120 for this particular set. So next we have my next client, who is a regular as well. She comes more regularly than the first client, but still same thing. Doesn't come like every single month, but when she comes to get her nails done, she only comes to me. So she was showing me basically some pictures of some stuff that she liked. She kind of wanted a more Halloween set. Her favorite color is green, and she really liked some of the patchwork that she had seen on what is that called? Dang. On the picture. Okay, so she decided she wanted to do like a green set with some patchwork and stitching for Halloween. It's kind of giving off a Frankenstein vibe. She thought it was really, really cute. I feel like it's a really good look for somebody who doesn't often do Halloween looks but wants to do like a little something something. So we went ahead to prep her nails, and then we will be going straight up into application. Oh shoot, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm like really tired. So when doing, so she was basically telling me that she burned her hand with like a hot towel earlier at work, because she works with like coffee machines and stuff. And so I guess she was like using the espresso machine, and she got burned with like the steam that was on the towel or whatever. So I was like, okay, making sure I be careful. Yeah, so that's what that was all about. So basically, yeah, with this look, it's very easy, very simple. Now I will say, and you guys will see, the polishes that I used, well, I'll get there when I get there. That's what we'll say. But yeah, basically it's another basic set with some nail art. And like I said, this is an easy one for clients who maybe don't want something super duper Halloween, but they also want something that they can come back at a later time and just keep the set by itself. They can take off the, the little print design. Realistically, you can do whatever with it. And then as a nail tech, it just makes sense that it's easy, just for the simple fact of like, it's just pretty simple, easy nail art. So if you're still learning nail art or you're still practicing, this type of design is a good way to practice like shapes, placement, or even like how to use your polishes, because I did not used to like doing nail art, except for once I realized that the brush that you use, as well as how much polish you have loaded onto the brush, matters. So yeah, a set like this will definitely help you with that. Dang, I thought I deleted all this. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sorry. Anyway, so you're gonna see how much easier the application was, or I would say just like smoother, as in like maybe there was less. I don't know. Well, actually, no, I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like this application took a little bit longer, just because I had to tuck in the acrylic in her cuticle area, because she did have some kind of like dead skin in a way. So you guys have seen me do videos about that, where if someone does have like excess skin that is not able to like necessarily be clipped off or anything like that, tuck it a certain way, and when you go to use your e-file at the end, it will go ahead and remove that for you. As long as it's dead skin, it's fine. We do not remove live skin because they will freaking bleed, okay? Like literally. So I don't think I showed the full application on this set, just because you can see already like how long the pinky is taking. I think I'm trying to like balance tucking it the right way, as well as like not flooding and doing all that. So I just decided we're only going to do a couple fingers, especially because you just watched me do like the same type of application with the other client. So it's like, it's a little bit pointless for me to show the whole entire hand. But I will say this color is like really, really pretty. This Neon Ninjas color is probably like the most popular green that I use in my chair. And it's really nice because it glows. Everybody likes the glow color that it has. And if you're looking for a like Halloween type green color, this one would be it. It's by Not Polish, of course. And honestly, you could use, like, it looks good by itself. It looks good with design. Like, honestly, you could do anything you want with this. basically. So I do also show shaping with this set as well, but I do not fast forward with it, just because I felt like, well, I didn't show the full set, so let me go ahead and just show the shaping. And also the shaping for this set was really, really quick. If like, you can tell the difference between the application on this one versus the last one. Like, they're both really good, yeah, but this particular set just needed a little bit less work. Like, for how the application went, it just went a little bit, I don't want to say it went like a little bit better, because technically this one took longer, but it just took less work to shape, which is why I left it sorry babe, which is why I left it on regular speed, so you guys can kind of just see that. Oh, I thought it was changing over to the next clip right now. I'm stupid. We got like a couple more seconds. So you guys let me know down below if you plan on doing like any Halloween sets, or if you like these type of videos where I show multiple sets in one, because sometimes I do have slow days where people are not maybe getting that interesting of things, but you know, I can still use them for content. So basically this is what it looks like after application, and you can see I'm using the same technique to file. It's all the same. Okay, you just kind of have to make sure that you grip the client appropriately when it comes to short nails, and you want to try your best not to cut them. And if you do, you want to know what you can do: spray them with some alcohol spray or some, you know, sanitizing spray, put pressure on it with a paper towel, and if they're not bleeding too badly, go ahead and continue. Like, they're not going to get mad that they got cut. What they will get mad at is if you cut them and did not tend to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're just going ahead, moving finger by finger, making sure they're nice and smooth. Well, they already were nice and smooth, but I think on one of these, there was like a little line of demarcation somewhere, so I wanted to make sure that that wasn't there. Because as I've told you guys before, I think in my last videos where I said it, if the nails are not smooth and they're lumpy or bumpy, you are going to be able to see that through the nail art. Like, the nail art itself is going to be weirdly shaped. It's gonna be kind of like distorted, and then like when you look on the nail, you're gonna be able to see all those lumps and bumps. So neither of those things are something that we want. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that everything is nice and even together. Once again, short nails, you can really tell which nails are not the same, so I wanted to make sure that I am once again measuring. You guys know I always say triple check your work, because most of the time it could be what you need it to be, but every now and then it might not. So this is why I compare the nails against each other from the same hand, and I do it compare it against the other hand as well, because we want to make sure we get the best shaping possible for the client. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I understand that with nail art it can take time or it can be a little difficult, but you still want to make sure the shape is as good as you can make it, you know? Like, you don't want to just half-ass anything, because once again, like I said, you will see it. Like, it will be noticeable, especially like with nail art, because you're going to be able to see it. Like, it's a picture. It's, you know what I'm saying? So take your time, and if you take your time with your application and do well with that, then it's going to stretch, and you're going to be able to do so much more with the rest of the set. You see what I'm saying? So now this is where we're about to get into the colors. Now, you guys don't forget, I do have coupon codes for Madam Glam as well as Nail Reserve polishes. You can get up to 50% off. And then I also do have coupon codes for Archon mounts. If you guys didn't know, I need to put that in the description box as well. So if you see colors or something you like, don't forget to go ahead and purchase through the link. So these two are Madam Glam, and I was showing her, I'm like, I don't know what shade of brown that you want. I was assuming the darker brown, which is what she chose. And then for the orange, I was assuming this like deeper orange, which is what she chose. So that one is called Give Me Pie, and this brown is called On My Brown. So now the thing is, like I've always said, I do like the LA Nail Reserve polishes more. Now this color, this orange color, I'm not a huge fan of it. I really do like the color, but I don't like the formula. It kind of feels kind of strange. Like, it's smooth, but it's also, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it kind of feels like it's a color that you put top coat in to try and stretch it or make it a certain consistency. And as you can see how it comes out, I'm just, yeah. So for me personally, I'm like, not the biggest fan. And of course, I end up putting out way too much. But hey, that's usually what happens. Unfortunately, sometimes I get it right. Other times I way overestimate, basically. But you guys can see this gel elixir black. Y'all, this is like literally my favorite black as well. Once again, it takes 2 minutes to cure. But if you don't mind that, y'all, you can see the color payoff. It's extremely opaque. It looks amazing. And it's literally like my favorite to use. I really love using that black. So right now we're establishing how do we want the pattern, which is important because some clients might not have preference. Some people want it like similar to the picture, and some people just need help. So, you know, ask before you just go ahead and start, because the last thing you want to do is have them tell you later like, oh, this isn't what I wanted, because some clients don't speak up. But so with these patchwork designs, I'm basically just making a triangle and a square. And like I said, this is supposed to give like some sort of Frankenstein vibes, although you can do this on any type of color. But this is why I said this is a really good way to practice your shapes, and as well as figuring out how much polish you need to load on your brush, because it kind of made me realize, like, okay, I know how much I need or how much I don't need for this little box. And sometimes you need more, sometimes you need less, and that's fine. Just do what works for you so you can get the right opaqueness. Now, once you draw these shapes, it's fairly easy, and you are going to outline with black. So even if it isn't perfect, don't worry, because you're still going to correct it and outline it with black. And also, these is patches. Like, patches literally don't have to be perfect, but you do want them to look like they go together. And I will say, like, I don't know if you can see on the finger I just did, the polish is pulling. That orange triangle, the polish is moving around a lot, which is why I was saying I don't care for the consistency of that orange. I feel like, you know, you can see the brown is not doing that. And it's not even like, oh, okay, this is just like how it is, or just all polish does that. It's not true. So I don't know what's so different about this one, but I just kind of wasn't feeling it. I really like the color because it's good for, you know, certain stuff, but yeah, so I had to kind of like fix that. And I will say that orange as well, on the website it was advertised as a bright orange, so when I first got it I was like, oh, okay. So that's another reason why I tend not to go towards Madam Glam too much, but there are some colors that are worth it. So if you can find out which colors you like, the consistency of, and what's worth it, it will make sense to go ahead and get. So as you can see, I'm going ahead and outlining these. And at first I accidentally put too much, or like the line was not correct. So I went ahead and kind of like fixed it. But at the end of the day, y'all, like I said, these are patches. So do not work yourself up too hard about this. Like, these is literally random, like, ragtag patches. Like, yeah. And then on top of that, you know, when you're doing something that's not really like your style, but you want to do well at it, so that way you can do a good job. Like, people actually complimented, like when I posted them to my story and stuff, they were like, oh wow, like so cute. I was surprised. I was like, y'all really like this? Like, because I just feel like, you know, everyone does it differently, and I've never done this before, but I did feel like it suited my client, so I was really happy to make her happy in that way. And then another thing is, okay, what I did was cured these black lines for a couple seconds, and then I went ahead and did all the stitches and things like that on the other fingers. When I did the other hand, I did all the black at the same time. So I did not cure before I went ahead and did this. Basically, I just drew the stitches, you know, because it's like, there's no point in waiting to cure it. I think I was just trying to be careful not to like smudge anything, but yeah, it kind of didn't make a difference to be honest. But I will be honest with y'all, sometimes on the first hand, when you're figuring out exactly how you want something done or what you want to do, you kind of do it one specific way, and when you figure it out, the second hand is always easier than the first. What is that? No, is that a, what is that? Is that outside? Sounds like some damn electric. Is it really? Because, oh, it don't sound like it. Okay, so here we go with the little stitches. These are pretty easy. I'm not even gonna lie. They're kind of like railroad track-ish. I mean, you could do these however you want. This is just how I decided to do them. She was really happy with them. She really, really liked them. And I was like, okay, cool. Cool, that's what I like to hear. So, I think it would be really cute to do a set like this, but instead of patches, to do like one, like a little Frankenstein face. I was so tempted to do that. Like, obviously I wasn't going to because it's her nails. But I was like, damn, I really want to do that. And then on the index finger, she ended up asking me if I can do one more like line of stitches. So I went ahead and did that for her. And then, yeah, she was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is so cute. And I was like, oh wow, like, I'm so glad you like. Like, it's really a simple set. Doesn't take too much time out. So here's the final look. It took an hour and a half. These were priced at $75. Keep in mind that she got the toes as well. So when I tell you the price of the toes, I subtracted the deposit from that. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, super easy, super cute. It took a little bit longer just because you know, the black, it cures for 2 minutes. And so I did cure in between stuff and then did a final cure. But, you know, super easy. Very easy. So for the toes, of course, I didn't show application. I just did a toes video the other day. So if you want to see a full application video on toes or just application period, you can look at my previous video where I did a fill on somebody. If you're curious about that, I do have tons of other acrylic toes videos as well. So right now we're just focusing on shaping mainly the big toe so you guys can kind of see what's going on. You basically want to go ahead and make sure that this is shaped appropriately. I did not do them extremely long for her because she does be on her feet a lot. She also works as like a swim instructor, so she is in the water a lot. Her toes actually do last her. She kind of lets them, like, when they pop off, they pop off because, again, they are in the water a lot, so they don't last as long as other people's toes, but she still will get a couple of weeks out of them, and that's fine. So if you have clients that, you know, they're swimmers or things like that, don't be alarmed if you find that their toenails only last maybe like 3 weeks instead of like 4 to 6 weeks, because if you're in the water that often like she is, like almost like close to every day, at least a couple times a week with chlorine, it does break down enhancements. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So I'm just making sure that everything is shaped appropriately. She prefers a more natural length, so that's what I'm doing. And we prefer a natural length so that way she does not chip her toenails in the pool on the stairs, because it has happened before. So we want to make sure she can keep these intact as long as possible. And she did decide she wanted to do the same design on her toenails. She does like to match hands and feet, which I am on board with because I'm a person, I like to match my hands and feet. So that's what we went ahead and decided to do. So I'm making sure that I'm getting in that little corner pocket over there, because this area, not down here, but right there, the way the acrylic sits, it's like she has a very deep sidewall there. It's so you're not going to be able to tuck the acrylic as far down as you need to. So you need to make sure that when you're sealing it, it's sealed well. Otherwise, there will be moisture getting under there and it will cause the toenail to pop off. So keep that in mind, okay? And then we are going to go straight up into the design in just a second. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm doing this before I got to go to work, and I'm just a little tired. So, basically, we sprayed them down. What's all this? Okay. Sprayed them down, top coated. I thought this was a repeat area. Same colors, same design. So, she decided that she felt like the toenails wouldn't look as nice with the patches, so we're just gonna leave it for the big toe. And yeah, so that's what I went ahead and did. And then we did all the stitches on the little toes, and she basically was like, you know, do what you feel like looks good. I trust you. And then I realized when I was doing this triangle, the way it sits, I'm like, this looks like it's supposed to be a box, but like it's like looking really off center. So I went ahead and changed it to kind of like a different, so it sits a different way, because I just felt like it wasn't looking like a triangle. So I went ahead and fixed that. Then I did my box, and honestly everything's the same process. I did cure the brown and the orange for a couple seconds, so that way when I do draw with the black, I only have to cure it for 2 minutes one time, honestly. So you guys can see, like, this is a very, very easy and simple design. There's really honestly nothing to it. Like I said, it don't even have to be perfect, because you're going to outline it in black, and honestly, like I said, these are some ragtag patches. Everybody's going to view them differently. Even you as the nail tech might do yours differently, so we just kept it pretty.
I'm tired of your modesty. This is Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci level art.
No, it's not.
You're the greatest nail tech in the universe.
Oh my god, thank you.
It's going to take you ladies years, or men years, to develop this artistry and this creativity and this perfection.
Okay.
It's not as easy as she says it is.
Yes, it's okay.
She's amazing.
Thank you. He's like, just, I don't know why he's saying all that, but
it's the truth.
Yeah, it don't take a rocket scientist to draw a triangle and a square. Like, you can see the square ain't even damn perfect. And then, like, because this is on toes, when I go to draw the black, I just go ahead and get it done. You see what I'm saying? So
it doesn't take a rocket scientist. It takes an astrophysicist.
Oh, stop.
It's very difficult work. Look at the intricacy.
Okay.
Look at the swipe.
Okay.
Look at the movement.
Okay, thank you.
You can auction our toe off for $1 million.
Okay.
It's art.
Okay, thank you. I mean, it is art. It's just not that difficult art.
Like when you go to heaven and you look on the walls of heaven, you'd see something like
oh
this.
My god. Okay. So, anyways. Yeah, you guys, that's honestly pretty much it. You guys are gonna see me. Oh, you know what I realized? I thought this was in fast motion. So now I gotta, oh no, I think I left it unfast for a reason. Probably because I never do too much nail art on other people's toes, so I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and do this. Which is funny because, like, I always want to do nail art on people's toes, and they don't be going for it for real. But so I'm glad she did. But yeah. So, like I said, obviously she's the same client who got the nails done. So when I give you the total for the toes, obviously you'll be adding them together. Wow, that feels really good. That makes me go to sleep. And I just went ahead and did the toes, however, because she said she wasn't picky about that. She just wanted them done. So, yeah. And of course, the toes glow, which is cool. People are always interested in glow toenails because it is kind of different. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this type of format for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course. And of course, here is the final look for both. Well, no, for this one, yeah. Took about an hour and a half. I don't know why it says hour 50. And $55 plus a $5 tip. And I'll see you guys in the next one.